Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Thank you for watching three news stories. Firstly, reportedly, Fano fighters opened fire at a public bus. Three casualties are being confirmed, several injured. Those who covered the incident of kidnapping for ransom, which happened in the Oromia region, North Shore, in which mostly Amharas were kidnapped, are now silent. They're not saying a word about this incident. Secondly, viewers, Tigray judges have issued a statement. They are being subjected to pressure. They cannot give their verdicts freely. Who is putting pressure upon them? In which cases? Lastly, Ethiopian doctors have launched a campaign for raise in their salaries. What they are getting is insufficient. When I heard about the monthly salary being received by doctors and healthcare staff, I was astonished. Let's start, viewers. Firstly, an incident is being reported which happened in the Amhara region involving attack on a passenger bus in East Gujam zone of the Amhara region. Obviously, Fano fighters are not reporting it. Fano-backed sources are not reporting it, but some neutral sources are confirming this incident. What happened? The incident happened in Goncha Sisso district, East Gojam zone of the Amhara region. It happened yesterday. A public vehicle came under attack. Farmers were on board. Allegedly, Fano fighters opened fire at this bus. 3 people were killed, including a woman. Several were injured. Goncha Sisso district administrator has confirmed the incident that happened. Uh, Fano groups reportedly had imposed a ban on movement of vehicles in the area. This passenger vehicle was not carrying any soldiers, any armed men. Farmers, locals were traveling in the bus when the bus came under attack. Fano fighters tried to stop the bus, or they deliberately fired at the driver and the people to make an example of it so that no one would violate the ban imposed by Fano groups in the area. And it's shocking, by the way, to hear that Fano groups are using brutal force to implement their ban. People need to travel. If they stay at home all day, how will they survive? How will they eat? They have to work. Fano fighters should provide people with food, with everything, if they want to impose ban on the movement of vehicles. And it's very unfortunate that last time when incident happened involving kidnapping of people in Oromia North Shore zone of the Oromia region, no state media covered it, no pro-Ethiopian government news sources covered it, but pro-Fano sources were quick to cover it. And this time, when incident had happened in which people were killed in Amhara region, allegedly by Fano fighters, pro-Fano sources silent. They're not saying a word. If they report it, they will accuse the government that the government forces actually killed the people there. I think reporting should be objective and impartial. Whenever people die, whether they are Amharas, Oromos, Tigrayans, Eritreans, Somalis, they're human beings. Life of each and every human being is equally important, no matter what their ethnicity is, no matter what their nationality is, no matter what their religion is. Secondly, viewers, Tigray judges have issued a statement saying they're under pressure, they're not being allowed to work freely, especially uh, they are being subjected to pressure in the cases which involve murder of women, sexual violence against women. So when these cases are brought to the courts and judges start hearing, judges are then pressurized to give verdict of the choice of those who are pressurized judges. Why, by the way? It means that big names are involved in violence against women, murder of women in Tigray. That is why. I mean, an ordinary Tigrayan cannot even dream of threatening a judge. There are big guns involved in such heinous incidents. They want to cover up their identity. They want to be released. They don't want to be punished. That is why they are resorting to pressure on judges. It means that violence against women is being committed by some very powerful people in Tigray. And by the way, some critics of Tigray, TPLF, they have been accusing that rape is committed in Tigray and it is protected. It's part of the culture. I'm not saying, I'm not endorsing what these people say, but now judges are confirming they are being subject to pressure while investigating cases about violence against women. By the way, uh, judges in the Amhara region also issued statements a few months ago. Judges were being kidnapped back then from courtrooms in the Amhara region, and government people, government forces kidnapped judges from courtrooms. And then they kept them in custody at unknown locations. Judges who were supposed to deliver justice, they were calling for justice because their fellow judges were missing. They issued statements, several statements, and then I think Amhara regional government took some action. But since government was involved, it means that no action will be taken. Government people can do anything against any institution. By the way, if there is no independent judiciary in a country, believe me, there cannot be any justice. If there is no justice, there won't be any prosperity. Prosperity cannot come without peace. Peace cannot come without justice. Justice cannot come without independent judiciary. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian doctors have launched a campaign with the slogan "Save Our Lives Too." Ethiopian doctors, paramedic staff, they say that they are severely underpaid. And doctors who spend years of studying, when they complete professional education and they are appointed as doctors, their salaries are insufficient. They cannot make both ends meet. Joar also raised this issue. Several doctors are sharing social media posts saying that they have been forced to say goodbye to the profession of healthcare. They've been forced to adopt other professions because health profession is heavily underpaid. $90 per month is being paid to some doctors and healthcare staff members. $90 per month. I mean, it's unbelievable. I tried to recheck, and people told me, yes, some people are getting this salary, $90 per month. How will the people survive? How are they surviving? Doctors or healthcare staff members, nurses, etc. Yes, definitely their salaries must be increased. But a country where government is focused on building a million army, where the latest drones are being bought, latest weapon systems are being bought, where the prime minister takes pride in building a modern military, buying expensive military hardware, perhaps cares less about health sector. Health, education sectors need uh, attention of this government, but government's focus is on survival, and Zimbabwe's government believes that without a strong military, it cannot survive. That is why bulk of budget is going towards debt servicing and towards military, I think. Thank you for watching.